but I remember what it was like when my mom took me to the wrestling shows, when my dad took me, when they bought me the toys, or like I got to meet Stone Cold, have him sign stuff. I got to meet China. That is stuff that I will never.
Downtime in the ring.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Downtime in the Ring. This week, this one's kind of a personal one for me. As you guys can see my background and seeing how I've changed my background, toys have always been in the background. We have the owner of Chancos Collectibles here today. We are super excited. I love to talk toys. This is going to be great.
Thank you for having me on. I was very honored that y'all reached out so fast, and it was very cool. Thank you,
bro. Once I saw the post go up, and I was like, oh, he sells toys. This is dope. Oh, this is gonna be dope. I'm excited, man. This is cool. And I've seen like what you've posted recently too, and I was like, oh, he's going through the elites, the basics, the main events, AEWs, all that kind of stuff. One thing I did want to talk to you about, because you are based out of Odessa, correct?
Yes, sir. Odessa, Texas.
So I assume if you're able, you're probably going to go to the show that's happening this weekend as of this recording, right?
Yes. You talk about Bash with the Bros with Matt Riddle.
You have the white Matt Riddle boxed. I'm correct, right? In your collection?
Yes, sir.
You got to do it. You got to get the signature, bro. You got to flip it that way. Like there's no doubt about that. I saw that and I was like, he's so lucky.
So I'll let you know a little secret. You didn't mention it when we were DMing. Me and my wife actually run OSW. So, yeah, we run it, and my wife has been trying to get me to get the Riddle signed. But I am not really into signed figures. I would rather a kid get it signed, or like someone buy it at the day of the event or before and take it to Riddle themselves. Just because like I want a kid to have that experience for themselves. I don't want to sell it signed and all that stuff. Like it's just a toy that let a kid pick it up, let his mom buy it for him, and make a memory that he'll never forget. Meeting Matt Riddle and have him sign it.
Okay, I gotta respect that, my dude. I know you're saying like give it to a kid. That's a Donovan memory right there. That's something that I would love to do. But that's cool, dude. Like we're based out of Roswell, so that's a quick drive for us. But once we've heard about this show for a while now, especially because somebody that's close to us, Ocean Avery, is going to be on the card.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool, man. That I don't think a lot of toy sellers would do that. I really don't. I don't think a lot of them would prefer to have a child make that memory instead of just getting it signed and then, flipping it for that. So I got a lot of respect for that.
Oh yeah. And I've done toy selling in the past and stuff like that. And there's one thing like I've learned and paid attention to the most is it's really, yes, I do sell for collectors, but I remember what it was like when my mom took me to the wrestling shows, when my dad took me, when they bought me the toys, or like I got to meet Stone Cold, have him sign stuff. I got to meet China. That is stuff that I will never forget. So like, yeah, it's cool. It's always cool to make a buck, but I don't want to be like an evil person and rob a kid of that experience. Because I'm part of OSW and I'm part of all this toy stuff. I'm a kid at heart. And I'm really big on making memories with your parents, with your mom and dad. So like let them have that moment, just sell the toy. And hell, if he wants to open it, it's whatever he wants to do. You know what I mean?
That's pretty cool, especially because you are part of the company and then having this toy collecting side. So during I want to say during the height of card collecting and card selling during the pandemic is what I tried to get into. And then I got out of it a lot because of the way that the people were, especially going into Target, going in to Walmart and doing all that. And people just, taking these cards from kids. I went back to just playing like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh and all of that. So I like I said, I do respect that you want to that you want these kids to keep these memories, because there's a lot of adults, and especially if you watch like the major wrestling figure pod stuff, that just really do care more about selling than anything else.
Oh yeah, and it's weird because like in other markets, I get you can do that. Like I 1000% get how those people can be, but like just down here, man, it's like a weird doing the toy selling thing. It's not how you would see. So like when you listen to that podcast up there, like the New York area and the Florida area, those hotbeds of wrestling. I'm sorry, I'm drinking a water, so I might burp here or there.
It's all good.
They are savages, absolute savages. And it's weird. I don't know if y'all do any of the like Facebook groups and all that. Yes. Wrestling toy people are like the most they're like most rudest, cheapest people. It's crazy. You know, they're sad. They're sad. Like I've seen videos of what you're talking about the cards just picking it like animals. Like, dude, come on. If I go to a Walmart and I see there's a bunch of extras, I'll pick them up, cool. But I'm not gonna. If it's let's say, for example, have y'all gotten any of the Monday Night War collection?
We got over here. We got Hogan, the one that I was looking for. We haven't gotten Scott because that's the one I've been looking for, but we didn't get him. Okay,
so like if I come across those, I'll pick up more than one. Reason being, one, I know little Jimmy's not looking for a 1999 Triple H. You know what I mean? But then also, sometimes I break my own rules and I do open one for display. Especially, I'm a huge sucker. Anything from 96 to 2000, I'm a whore for. It's terrible. So I have to have doubles of those guys.
Yeah.
So I can attest a little bit. I don't really collect wrestling figures. I collect more Funko Pops. And like there were times when I was working at Target, and like these guys are just going after full boxes of all the Funko Pops just to find like the one specific one.
The chases.
The chases. I remember the Bulbasaurs.
Oh, dude.
the days of the Bulbasaurs and stuff like that. But it's when I look at these, it's no different than. But they like you said, they're ruthless. It's insane.
You know what? What's really surprised me is the Hot Wheel collectors. They always get by.
Yes. I will put this on record. Donovan, you can keep this in. To anyone who has the gall, I absolutely hate retail because of Hot Wheel collectors. You assholes will have me go into the back room looking for a specific car. I don't fucking care. I absolutely do not fucking care about this specific car that, I don't know, JFK goddamn had signed or something had something affiliated. I do not give a shit. I'm sorry. That's my soapbox. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Because like I've always wondered because I'm not a car guy. So my family, their thing is cars. So I fucking hate cars with a passion. So like when I'm on my way to the toy aisle to go look for Elites and AEW stuff, I'll see people with baskets full of Hot Wheels and they are searching really hard. I'm like, damn, like what is so important? Because I don't know the Hot Wheel market, so it's just all a blur to me. But I'm like, God, and it's funny. I worked at Walmart too. I worked retail, and I refrained from asking people because I hated being asked. And when I worked at Walmart, people would ask me, and if I was in a pissy mood, which was all the time back then, I would walk to the back, I would look at my phone, wait a few minutes, stand by the door, and then walk right back out. Like, oh,
exactly. I would do the same thing. PSA to Hot Wheels collectors: it doesn't matter about the item number. Whenever, I don't know how Walmart was, but if it's the same thing like Target, every item number falls under the same. Every specific singular Hot Wheel falls under the specific set number. It encompasses them all, not specific numbers. I can't look up this specific one because it's going to bring me to all of them, and it still starts the search. So that's why I sit like you said. I just sit there, wait a couple minutes. I kind of give it a good look, you know, give it the benefit of the doubt. It's not there. I'm sorry. So,
do y'all? Oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought, but it was something to do with. Oh, okay. I remember what I was gonna say. And then half the time, when I do, because when it comes to the Monday Night War Elite or the not the Elites, the Ultimates, like the Piper and the Bret Hart that came out,
yeah,
I'm a savage for those because I got to get mines first. That's my main part, and then we worry about the kids. Then we worry about the good business. But up until that, but then there's times like once I start explaining to somebody like a regular Walmart employee who's just trying to get to through their shift what I'm searching for, if you really like take a step back, I sound kind of weird. Like I'm 27 years old, telling you to go search for a toy. I'm like, I'll just walk away. It's just not worth the hassle.
You
and
come
I'm
off
bad
as
Spanish.
you come off as the collector dude from The Simpsons sometimes. If anyone's seen The Simpsons at all,
this is our late 20s because I'm 26, Chris is 28. We're all in the same age group. We all come off as just complete weirdos. One thing I wanted to hit was those Facebook groups that you're talking about and how like savage they could be. So when I started collecting, my girlfriend, she didn't really care too much. She would buy me some, but she was like, oh, this is all right. And then Logan Paul had to come out with that goddamn first figure with the box with the custom. Yeah. I tried looking online, sold out. Obviously it was going to, he was big. He just had his second match. It was huge. And then I went on Facebook. The upcharge for one of those was $300. And it was like what, 79 on Mattel?
Man, I think it was like, I don't even think it got close to 60, but the only reason he was so expensive is because he like surpasses just wrestling. So like, yeah, on eBay, it wasn't that it was a WWE Ultimate. It was a Logan Paul figure.
Yeah.
And I just got it because my rule is if I watch your match and it's like entertaining to me, I'll buy your figure. But yeah, I remember the prices, like it was batshit crazy, and I still contemplate selling mine because, I mean, he's all right, but I'm not gonna stop what I'm doing to go watch one of his matches. You know what I mean? Like, if I gotta do something, I gotta do something. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's crazy. Like,
yeah,
when I try to sell stuff here, I do not go crazy. I do not overprice it. Like I usually do it. Pretty much what I do is like a finder's fee because to hunt this shit down, it takes a lot of time.
Yep.
I think I told my wife, looking for Series 3 Monday Night Wars because this goddamn pallet has not hit Odessa yet. I've gone to Walmart 21, 22 times the past 2 weeks, and it's because I work right by it. So
yeah,
I'm always looking because I'm trying to get that Series 3 rock. I need one open. That's my fucking guy. Oh, wait, can I cuss on here?
Yeah, you can cuss on here. You're good, brother. You're good.
Okay,
you're good.
Sorry. I should have asked beforehand. But yeah, like I said, I got to get mine first. So like I'm trying to get the Rock. I'm trying to get the Rob Van Dam because I need them for my personal collection. And then if I come across some, and like at most $15. But like the only time I will sell something extremely high is, of course, like I have the Series 1 Cody Chase figure, the AEW one. That's like,
okay.
I have that in the Jericho. Like, I'm not gonna let go of that for like $100. You know what I mean? If I spend a pretty penny on it, I at least want the pretty penny back. But as you know, AEW is kind of, got a little bit down, so I gotta hold on to those figures for the time being.
And I gotta reach out to you after this for one.
Was it that Danhausen?
It's not. I mean, the Danhausen, I was like, I need to become this guy's friend because he's finding everything. But the Kenny Omega with the Kirito jacket loose that you have is the one I was like, ooh, that's one I need to talk to him about because I can't find it anymore.
Oh, is it the Series 1?
Yeah.
Okay, man. The only reason it seems like I have everything is when I come across a collector, I built my credit off of this entire room, man. Like, it is insane. Like, all this stuff right here that you see, some of it's gifts. Like the Hogan, that was a gift. But like all the other WCW stuff, all the things, a little thing called PayPal credit has saved my ass so many times, and that has like built my credit. So like everything, it's if it's not a Walmart or Target exclusive, it's definitely off the PayPal credit. So if you're a collector, I definitely recommend that's the route you go.
I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm definitely gonna have to look into that because that's dope.
So what? I'll let you in on my secret on how I do it. And to my wife, my wife and my grandparents, it seems absolutely absurd. Anything over $100, you have 6 months to pay it off. So I'm that guy. Hey, it can be $75 you pay shipping, or it can be $74 free shipping. I'm like, all right, whatever, cool. I'm always going free shipping. So when I go to ringside, I place ginormous orders over $100 to get the free shipping, and I just make payments on it, and I order per month. So whenever something comes to my house, it's a giant ass box full of stuff, and it's everything for the month that's released. Then I just make payments on it, like it's a small payments, what I could fit into my bills. So it looks pretty crazy to people, but I'm not really going broke doing it. It's just like a system. And it'll grow your collection crazy big. Like if you're really into it and you're like on top of your shit, it'll make your collection insanely big pretty quick.
I'm excited, especially like all the stuff they got announced at AEW Double or Nothing for their fan fest. I'm super excited. So what is your goal? Like, why did you start Chancos Collectibles really?
So like I said, with the whole credit card stuff, as you can see, like I don't want to get up because we're live, but like my room is just like chock full of everything, and like I'll show you. Can I do like a quick little turn around on my phone?
Yeah. So
this is everything, right? And it's dirty. I hope y'all got it. Did you get an okay view of it?
Yes.
Yeah. It's really dirty because I'm selling stuff. It has gotten to the point where the room was giant at one point. Now the room is closing in on me, where there's so much stuff. And I've always loved meeting people, talking to people, making friends, and talking wrestling. I've always loved doing that. I've always loved meeting people because if you know, sometimes wrestling ain't the coolest thing. You know, when you're in school, it ain't the coolest thing. So I used to sell all my toys at garage sales back in the day. I would always have like 2 packs of the rings, all my loose toys, all my doubles, my triples and stuff. I would sell it. And just like through that, I'd meet just cool kids hanging out of school, and I make friends. And over time, like I guess, like, I don't want to say like I'm a hustler or something, but I'm kind of cheap. Like if there's something I don't care about, I know where to sell it or whatever. And once I started this crazy ass collection, there'd be a bunch of people that come over to my house like, hey, would you ever sell this? Would you ever sell that? And literally one day I need to sell some stuff. And I messaged a few people, and they gave my number out, and it branched out. And before I knew it, I made like a bunch of friends, and I was like, oh, this is badass. Like those friends that I like, there's a good 85% of the people that I sell to that once I sell to you, like, you get my number and we're bullshitting all the time. Like we become friends, and it's a lot of those people that they really love wrestling, but they don't have no one to talk to that's our age. Like you would be surprised at the people that I've sold to. They are honestly, I've sold to some people that if they were walking towards you, you'd cross the street. Like they looked terrifying. And I've met up with them, sold to them, and just started talking, chit-chatting, got their number, and we're boys now. And like that's the reason I really started, is just meeting people, making connections, and more so, like I said, I don't like to upcharge. And it's also like a mom who's looking for a toy for their kid. Like I'm not gonna crazy upcharge like a mom's looking for a Solo Sokoa. She's not gonna know where to go. Like, hey, if I have it, your son wants it, just hit me up. And when I'd give my mom a huge Christmas list of wrestlers, looking back now, there's no way my mom would know. Like your mom's not gonna know who LA Knight is from series whatever. Like they're just gonna get you what's on the peg. Like that's also another reason too. Like It's making friends and making kids smile. You know, that's bad. That's like the coolest thing for me. Like especially like doing stuff with OSW, seeing the kids smile and lose their shit, go crazy. It's like the coolest feeling. Makes me all nice and fuzzy. I'm usually an asshole, but seeing kids happy is like, yeah, it's tight.
Oh, dude, that's dope. You fit right in, brother. Man, that like so about a year ago is when I heavily got into collecting, and I have a whole bunch in my closet right over there. These are only just the nice and pristine that I have right now. And it was kind of tough. And I understand what you're saying, man. It's because like we're in our late 20s and we're going to the toy aisle, and you have people who look at us and be like, yo, what's this dude doing in here? And I'm like, hey, who the fuck? Do they got Scott Hall? No, they don't. Damn it. I'm just pissed off, and I'm trying to look for everything that I need. And then I'll have like my girlfriend come up and she's like, honey, did you find your toy? No, I can't find it. I'm mad. Go find somebody that works here. I need to find it. Damn it. So I understand where that like that stigma comes from, and being like, oh, you're how old and you collect, but it's worth it.
I'm that way. I'm that way with Legos, dog. I'm that way with Legos. Like,
if you have the patience to do Legos, goddamn, I'm jealous. Like Legos for me, I've seen some setups. Like, goddamn, dude, it's
un momento.
Oh, does he? Oh, I think he's gonna show you his tree.
My sister loves Legos, and it's like, yo, you too patient, too smart for that. I would lose my cool.
There's a company that they do custom ones. So like Homelander, this is the closest I'll get. Like that kind of stuff.
I got the Comic-Con here, this dude that we're real close with.
He got the Millennium Falcon.
Dude, that's all Legos?
Yes. 2 days. It took me 2 days.
Dude, I would not even like risk picking that shit up and tripping and falling, and dude, it ruined my week.
I got more.
It'd be a highlight to the podcast though if he tripped and busted his ass.
Great. It'd be great content if that.
It would. My cat's the one who destroyed my botanical garden set, unfortunately. And
that's the one you got.
Oh, you love this. This is the thing that you recently did and you loved it. So let me just destroy it. It was sad.
You can't have cats, dude. If you can't collect shit. Oh, you just can't have anything nice in life and have pets. You have anything. It's ridiculous. I manage, but yeah, no. Yeah, with Legos, it's like I just developed that patience over time. It's like I just give me a booklet within a day, less than a day or a few hours, I'll have it done. Is it soothing for you? Like it calms you down?
It's an OCD thing that it kind of like scratches that itch where it's like, okay, my autistic side's like, oh yeah, I can literally just spend a good 2 hours reading and putting it together, and it's just it scratches that itch. So I enjoy it.
Just like serial killers.
Hey, we gotta have our own thing, dude. Mine, like, so my toy room, it also serves as my game room, and like I tell people all the time, like you need your hobby, you need a collection, you need something, that like can calm you down and can keep you mellow. Because in this room, I spent so many hours. Like, thank God, my father-in-law collected toys and he played video games. Thank God he did that, because she's used to it, you know. So like all my friends are like, "How the fuck do you do it?" I'm like, "Dude, she's used to it her whole life." So like, my world can be on fire. Shit could be falling apart, but dude, you give me an hour in here playing some 2K or fucking Spider-Man, I'll come out with a game plan ready to go, dude. It's like my piece in here.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yep.
That's dope, my guy. So, being a part of OSW, how does that feel for you? Especially because now you're going from like playing with toys as a kid to now collecting them, now to you have your own kind of like figure federation, sort of, because you help with that. How does that feel?
Oh my gosh. So it is like the biggest, dealing with wrestling, like in like an actual promotion, is like the biggest chaos. It's just like a big circus filled with chaos from like beginning to end. And like I love it because that's what I think about. Like, I honestly think about it. And that's really all I think about. Like when it comes to so my wife does. I help her with who we're gonna put on the shows, but it's her company, so she gets the final say. But like I am a sucker for the ring, the entrance, the guardrails. Like I was a big stage guy on the video games. I do the stages, like I create the arenas and all that stuff. So like actually getting the chance to do it, I don't want to say like the nerd in me is like, oh, this is pretty cool, but I mean it is, but it's also like this is fucking stressful. It's crazy. It's not what I remember when I was 8 playing in my room, like putting the cards together with fucking crayon on a journal. You know, it's a little bit more detailed, but it's fun. It's chaos and it's fun. I love every second of it.
You know, being able to help your wife with booking and all of that, and you know, the stage, a lot of people would be like, well, how do you have time to collect? You know, where do you see like this going, like Chancos Collectibles? Do you guys see, you know, you having a booth out at the shows? Do you want to have like a website? Like, where do you see your time going with this?
Man, to be honest with you, if I could get to the point where I could have, like, I'm gonna have a booth at the OSW show. I'm gonna have a booth. I'm gonna try it because normally on show days, I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off. So I'm gonna attempt it. My wife is cool with it. But if like we agreed, if I feel leading up to the show, like right before, hours before, that it's gonna be unobtainable, then I'll just not do it. But I would like to do booths there. I've contemplated with doing booths at other events they have around here. And if I could have like my own little, like not like my own full store, but I don't know if they'll have them there. Like we have this place here called Vintage Deluxe, and it's just this ginormous store full of everything you can think of, like antiques and stuff. And it's pretty popular here. And my goal and dream is, so when you walk into the toy stores here, it's typically retro stuff. That's usually what you find. There's nothing really current. You know, you're not gonna find your LA Knights, your Solo Sokoas, your Dragon Lees, your Bray Wyatts. You're gonna find old stuff from the Attitude Era. A lot of collectors like myself and you guys, you want what's on TV, what's on your feed today. So like I would want to rent out a little section like that, and just have that stocked and have people know that you don't know what's gonna pop up there. I kind of want to have it like, and tell me what y'all think. Like, I don't think it's a good idea. I mean, I'm just be honest with me. I want to have it a little section at the store up, and you don't know how long it's gonna be there, and then pull it down. So every time you go, you don't really know what you're gonna see. You know what I mean?
Almost like a flea market type vendor-ish type deal, or
yes, yeah. And it's like it's like on the east side where we live, so it's kind of like a bougie flea market, but it's a cool flea market. Like people, it's like inside, it's nice, air conditioned. Like people love going there, and it's just like a place that beyond Walmart and Target, because a lot of it will be my personal collection, because unless you are The Rock, Stone Cold, Triple H, Undertaker, or Kane, I don't need 20 of your figure. You know, if I get one, a new one comes out, I'm gonna put you on the shelf. You're gonna get cut. That's how I want to do it. And I wanted to use it. I don't want to make a living off of it. I just want to make it to where I can use that to flood my own collection and just have it like never-ending recycling. Like that's just what I want. I don't want to make a living off of it. Because I will never be like really be able to here in this area, because I don't know how it is over where y'all are from, but Odessa is like oil field town, so everything is stupid ass expensive, and it just wouldn't work here because all the toy stores here do really well, but I'm just a wrestling nerd. I put all my focus and love into wrestling, so like I don't see myself trying to learn something else. So just wrestling, small little store, just to flood my collection, because it will get stupider. My wife will kill me if it gets any worse than what it is now.
I think if you partnered up with, like, if you had this booth idea at other other wrestling companies, I think that this would be a lot like very successful also. I like the idea. What you're saying is like, okay, cool. I'll have the new stuff, but you don't know for how long I'm going to be here. So if you see it, like if I saw the Monday Night Nitro Scott Hall, I would take that in a minute because we were never going to get it. I've already made my my mind up. We're never going to get it, so I can stop looking at the store and stop crying that we're never going to have Scott Hall here. But I like the idea, especially with the history of OSW and how connected it is with like SCW in Lubbock and a couple of places here in New Mexico. Like if you just went around, scouted talent, but also did that from time to time, not make it crazy, I think that it would be successful also, dude. And I
think it's a nice niche because in the last couple of shows that I've been with Donovan here, like it would be kind of insane to see someone selling just figurines too on top of like wrestler merch.
Yeah,
like, that'd be a nice little change up of scenery, at least for me. So
yeah, especially because you have like the alleyway where like alley where you have like everybody's merch, and then you're there and you're just watching the show and you're also selling it. Because what's one thing a kid's probably gonna want is a figure. Well,
yeah, for sure.
Most wrestlers, indie wrestlers, don't have figures unless you're like friends with Matt Cardona. So they're gonna be like, oh well, he's got Solo Sikoa.
Ends up having Joey Janela or Fuego del Sol just walk up to you during the show after their match, like, hey, can I buy this figure? Like, that'd be dope as shit.
I'd cry for you.
That would be cool. Like, so one of the biggest things is once upon a time, I did used to wrestle. I got in a car accident, like a crazy ass car accident, so I had to stop wrestling. I got put on the shelf and all that. So my father-in-law, Fred, who's the founder of OSW, he was my trainer and all that stuff. So like he had that real, obviously old school wrestling, the old school mentality. So I was like kind of fearful about talking to my wife about it because like I grew up in like this was like 2017, like we all rib each other and we're like douchebags with each other. Like we're friends, like your friends are gonna glade on you the hardest. Yeah. So like I'm like, yo, I don't want to get shit thrown my way. But then it's like, nah, fuck it. There's a good chance I can make some coin there for my next batch on ringside. Yeah, nah, I should do it. Like, and then it's funny because like I've noticed this with wrestling fans. No matter if you're a wrestler or you're out there in real life, you don't say shit about being a super wrestling fan until someone brings it up to you, and then whenever they bring it up to you, then you start like, okay, I could be comfortable with him, and then you start fucking being nerds about it, and then you're like, all right, this dude's pretty cool, and that's how I was. Like, I started being just open as can be. Like, I don't give a fuck, I love wrestling. It's gotten me through so much in my life. It's like, I don't get no slack for it. Like now I'm known as the toy guy. Like all the boys here know me as toy guy. People around town, like that's just who I am. I never grew out of it. So I'm like, yeah. And if I get to travel, I would love to. Traveling to see those shows. We've seen a few. Me and my wife, we've gone to, I don't know if y'all have heard 360 Pro, I believe it's called.
No, but they're really big. I've heard of them, but I've never been to their show.
Yeah, we went to one last year, dude. They had a cage match. That shit was so sick. I've never seen like an indie company do a cage match. That's when me and my wife were like talking about bringing OSW back. And as soon as I saw a cage match, man, I couldn't contain myself. I turned into a little kid like, yo, I want to see someone get fucked up in here. I just couldn't contain myself at all. Like even doing the OSW shows, I'm all like, I try to be serious, but then once I see like the boys get in there and like do some cool shit that amazes me, I turn into a little kid. I'm like, and I love it, dude. It's awesome. It's the best. Sorry if I like go off.
You're good.
Oh no, you're good.
You're good, brother. Speaking of that, like those experiences, so I got to help with ring setup, ring teardown, and make some personal content with one of the schools in Albuquerque for the GCW show, the first ever one at the Dirty Bourbon. Chris just got to just sit there. So we had the two perspectives, and it was tough to try to keep like, I understand what you mean, like that kind of like professionalism when we see Nick Gage just use a pizza cutter on somebody and we're like, oh, this is dope. So I understand what you mean about like the hype for it, wanting to see somebody get fucked up.
Oh yeah, and it'll never go away. Like, and it's hard, and that's like the one thing that I talk to my wife about the most whenever we do put these cards together. That's my main goal, is like, I'm behind the curtain. I get to see everyone. I get to speak with everyone. I know, I without saying a lot, I know, I know what's, how the show operates and all the behind the scenes stuff. I want to make the show that even me, who's putting it together, gets blown away. And I had that happen to me last April when we had our show. It was Stallion and Stephen Wolf. They put on a fucking banger. They put on a banger to the point where I did not feel like I was in Odessa, Texas on a Saturday night watching wrestling. I felt like I was in Dallas or a bigger city. And like that, if they can do that to me, I can only imagine what they're doing to, the regular family that's coming, that's spending their hard-earned money on a ticket to come watch an OSW show. Like, if they could do that to me, they're gonna do it to the common fellow wrestling fan. And that's like my goal for the OSW shows, is just get better every show and fucking kick ass stuff without being too much of a mark, as they say. I don't like to go.
No. Sometimes it's fun to be a mark. I understand the business is the business and you got to keep the professionalism, but we did footage. So we actually shot ringside footage for Phase 1 Pro in Albuquerque 2 months ago, I believe. Yes, almost there. And trying to get the good shots of these matches, but then still, seeing these things, and me and Chris looking at each other from across the ring as he's got one shot and I got the other, and we're still just, we're kids again, and we're just like, oh, dude, that's insane. I understand what you're talking about.
There's a particular clip that you could hear me plain as day. It's between Ramrock and Colt. That's the two that during their match. Post match, Colt slaps, and Ramrock has a bald head. Bald Viking huge dude. Just hear that slap from the head, and all you hear is like, oh, that's me behind the camera. Like, that took me out. I was like, okay, I have to lock back in. Where I just saw on this camera compared to what I just saw with my own eyes is insane.
Oh yeah, there's times I'll be watching a match, and happened at our December show, and it happened at this last show. My wife will be trying to get my attention because there's some shit that needs to be attended to, and I'm like, yo, wait, hold on, I want to see where this goes. Like, I'm like, yo, chill, give me a second. I don't care what it is. Like, just let me.
I'm disassociating.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Oh no, you could go.
Oh, and at first, I told her when she brought OSW back, I was like, listen, I want to sit and I want to watch and I want to enjoy the show. Like, I just want to be a spectator. I want to enjoy it. I want to watch it. But the little collector in me, the little kid, little Chancho, who remembers putting the rings together when he found them at Walmart and doing all that shit, I could not help myself. I'm like, yo, let me drive that ring truck. Let me put that ring up and stuff like that. And I'm like one of those little Mexicans that, well, I'm not little by any means, but one of those Mexicans that'll just work till he gets tired. So like, I was like, no, I caught myself doing a little bit of everything. Like, I go from wanting to watch, just be a spectator, to I'll do everything because I love it so much. It's when you get those chances and opportunities and you're like a wrestling fan, do not take those for granted, because someone would kill to be in your spot. Even if it's recording, like recording wrestling is just, I did it for a little bit, like a tiny bit, just helping out. Should y'all record the actual events?
Yeah, so what we did was they had their hard cam. We took 2 separate cameras and we were literally the ringside guys. We're one of the podcasts that helps them promote their stories further. Okay. So we did the media for them. We did the crowd work, all that kind of stuff, to the point where Chris had to run out and get knee pads because our knees were hurting from trying to get like some angles where we're like on one knee sliding down the ring just to see what's going to happen. So yeah, that's what we do.
Was it a lower ring?
No, it wasn't a lower ring. We're just
No?
we're just kind of pudgy, so we lose energy a little bit.
Had to work. Yeah, no, don't trust me. Believe me, I'm there at the end of show days. I'm like, oh, I'm dragging ass. But dude, like when you record wrestling matches and you're filming it, that is a very underestimated thing because I can't tell you how many times we've talked to photographers and stuff like that in the past. You have to know wrestling, you have to watch it, and you have to be a fan to understand. You can't just have Joe Blow come in with the camera. He could be an excellent photographer. He could be very expensive, very qualified, but even someone like that just can't come in off the streets and take pictures properly of a wrestling match or film it because you have to know and get the idea of they're getting ready to do this. This is where they're going to land. They're getting ready to do this. This is where they're going. Mm-hmm. So that is like an unsung hero type job that it's a big fucking deal. And I like respect you guys for doing all that stuff because y'all get some pretty crazy shots and y'all got to get in some weird positions sometimes to get that shit done. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. I've done a few. I'm like, nah, ain't no way I'm doing this.
I've already had my camera kicked at certain points, and the other camera guy that phase one had also
gotten kicked. No, his camera didn't get kicked. He got kicked.
He got kicked. So we're just like, well, this is what we chose to do. Let's do it to the best of our abilities. So I've trained with OTR, Gino Rivera's school. So when I brought Chris for his first time working backstage and my partner, it was both their first times. I was telling them like, hey, pay attention to, certain things that are being said backstage, this, that, and the other, because we may need to know that later on when we're recording. And then from there, we're getting the shots that everybody's like, oh my God, how? And I'm like, you gotta know to know. And you understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And like, and I just tell the guys straight up because not everyone has that, like I guess the foresight is the word or no one can be smart enough to, hey, listen. So I'll just tell the guys like, hey, if you're going to do something badass, get with the camera guy. We want this shit on film, because not everyone's going to think like y'all and, hey, we should probably kind of pay attention and hear out because you could miss one shot that could like just fucking break your social media. Like you could be that guy that filmed that shot and just put you on another level. So I tell the guys, I'm like, hey, if y'all gonna do anything cool, just fucking go tell them so they could be right place, right time. Because I want anything that's amazing. I want the camera people to get credit, and I want it to be filmed. I don't want a crazy great. I hate the star term, but I don't want a crazy 5-star match only for the people in Odessa. You're busting your ass. At least have something that you can post on your socials after. Mm-hmm. Stuff like that.
We had a crazy setup. So we had me and him ringside, and then we had my girlfriend. We had her staged in the crowd to get fan perspective from the entranceway. So just like what we were able to come up with, we had our chests out. We were proud. We were like, oh, this is kind of cool. We don't care if anybody else likes it. Like they saw the whole show. The whole show's filmed, but we're proud of what we got.
Is it a long editing process for y'all or like a post-production process?
So the way I ended up doing it was I just basically I don't shoot the entire match, but I shoot majority of the match. So to the point where you're getting certain sequences here, and then you get the start, get sequence 1, 2, 3, and then go to the finish, cut that, clip it, take out all the BS. That's like, let's say like rearranging certain points where we're moving and stuff like that. Maybe repositioning, and then we kind of just group them all. Like this is match A, this is the opening match to the last match. So it's how hard I would want to make it essentially, and it's not that too hard.
So he does like he'll do like not hype, but he'll do like, okay, cool, we're gonna put this on YouTube style, and that's how it's supposed to be, right? Like he does for the optics, I do it for like anybody who needs it just to learn and train better.
Yeah, you're doing film and breakdown, and he's doing it for the entertainment purposes to pull the people. And that stuff takes a lot of patience, dude. It's a lot of work. I have no patience for that whatsoever.
I used to be an advertisement editor for our local news station, so unfortunately, I have been dealt with that patience.
Those are the kind of jobs I would love, like, to get into that world. Like, I love talking, I love being on camera, I love doing all that stuff. Fortunately, it's full field down here, so
I do Lego sets as a hobby, as I just mentioned. I'm like, I got the patience. It's just it's sometimes the enthusiasm to kick myself and be like, okay, hurry up and get in front of this. So.
Well, I'll say this: you fit well with the group, man. If you're ever free on a Thursday night, you're good to come on our lives, and that's literally what we do. Is we just I'll send you last week's episode, and you'll just see how unhinged we get live in front of everybody. No filter, no nothing. We just have fun with it. We talk wrestling. Who's going to tell us anything?
Not for anything.
Yeah. So before we head over to the post show, how can everybody get a hold of you?
Right now at the moment, just because I'm so busy with everything, I only have my Facebook active, and that is Chancos Collectibles. Just on Facebook for the moment. Eventually, I will branch out to Instagram. So yeah, if you're ever on Facebook, it's Chancos Collectibles. That's all I got right now.
All right, brother. We will head over to the post show. We're very excited. We're going to just keep shooting the shit for a little bit longer. So I hope you guys head over to the post show, enjoy it on our Patreon, and we will see you guys in the next video.